Andre, how's it going?
Hey man, we had a fun-filled Super Bowl, man. I'm feeling good. Pat Mahomes is the GOAT. No, I'm not going to give him that yet, but it was a good game, man. How about your weekend? How was your Super Bowl experience, man?
A fantastic Super Bowl experience. Ain't too proud to admit that I got a little misty-eyed with the Frank Sinatra introduction of doing it my way in Vegas, or
I did it my way.
you know, and it was a real deal heavyweight matchup with the best player in the NFL and a very underrated defense going against, I think, probably the best 49ers squad that we have seen, player for player in a long time. And let's face it, the Niners did not fully capitalize on their opportunities. We're going to get into all of that. So in this installment of two questions. The first question is, why did the Chiefs win the game?
Because Pat Mahomes never, the dominoes always fall his way. The train never derails off the track. We just spoke about Ray McLeod, the blunder that happened. It really wasn't his fault. But only Pat Mahomes can have a football hit a player's cleat, and then there's a fumble, and the Chiefs get it back. Only Pat Mahomes get that stretch of luck. Only Pat Mahomes can have bum ass receivers make plays in the biggest games. They've been trashed the whole season, but they wake up during the playoffs. Come on, man. I can't take no more of this shit. Pat Mahomes, three-time Super Bowl champion, already 28 years old. Only 28. This guy got three already. Damn, man. I can't take it no more, man. But San Fran, y'all let him off the hook. Y'all came up short. And Debo, where that ring, Debo? You ain't got a damn ring. Your Super Bowl was beating us. You was hype. Where the hell was you at, Debo? Bum ass guy. Fuck
No,
Debo.
I said the exact same thing when they were coming out. I know that the players, maybe some of them, maybe some of the guys love the boombox situation coming out the tunnel and all that. But I think we all know, right, that real deal teams, they don't get down with all the kind of gimmick stuff and the introductions and all that. They just come out and you know that they're ready to play some ball.
Let's
And
go.
right? And so just like seeing the Chiefs, like I said, I saw the quote from the Jarius Sneed this morning saying that one of their key strategies was to force the pass with Brock Purdy. And he looked good on the first series. Why? Because you script the first series. He knew exactly what he was doing for the first probably, a couple possessions of the game. But you go deeper into that game, and it was clear that he started sailing balls, the pass rush starting to get to him, moving him off his spot, and what did we see? We saw the Chiefs capitalize on that, and like you said, MVS, Valdez Scantling has only dropped some of the biggest passes thrown in his direction for his entire career, but you put him in the playoffs with Pat Mahomes, and all of a sudden he's got Stickum on his hands.
I need his gloves checked. I need his motherfucking gloves checked. He had some shit on his gloves throughout the playoffs. Listen, Pat Mahomes, this was the first year he went on the road. I got to make that imperative. 28 years old. He made every playoff since his rookie year. He ain't missed a playoff yet. Before this year, he played all his playoff games at Arrowhead. This is the first time he went on the road and got to the bowl. And he had to go through Buffalo. Then he had to go through Baltimore. Then you go through San Fran. And it's no Tyreek Hills on his team. Yes, Kelsey is one of the greatest tight ends in football. But it's Sidney Rice. He's an emerging talent. What's the guy named Rice? What's his name? Rashi Rice.
Rasheed Rice.
Rashi Rice. Rashi Rice is an emerging talent. He's a rookie, though. He's an emerging talent. He has talent. But the rest of them guys, the win with that, nobody, you could put anybody, Josh Allen, Burrow, none of them guys would have made them jabronis look as good as Pat Mahomes did in the playoffs. Come on, man. Are you serious? and he still go out there and win. San Fran, y'all fumbled an opportunity, man. Y'all could have had y'all first Super Bowl since '94, since the '94 season, '95. Come on, man. And then y'all let this guy do what he did to y'all. Then he get y'all with the same play he killed us in the Super Bowl to take the lead. He got y'all to finish y'all off with it for Mecole Hardman. Come on, man. I hate Pat Mahomes. I hate his guts. I hate him. I can't stand him, man.
You
Damn,
know,
San Fran.
and if it makes you feel any better, Andre, Mahomes, Kelsey, Isaiah Pacheco, Rashee Rice, these dudes are coming back. And the thing, say what you want about the Chiefs, but when you look at these guys, it's pretty clear that they like playing with each other. They got maximum trust and respect in that locker room. That's my takeaway.
You love Andy Reid. You love Steven Spagnuolo. You love these guys, man. They're going to go through a brick wall for these coaches, especially Andy. Travis Kelce, don't you ever put your fucking hands on Andy Reid again. I don't give a fuck how hype you is. Don't let that Taylor Swift shit go to your head, buddy. You need to relax. I just had to get that out the way. But yet, the guys love him. They love Andy. The coaches, the players love each other. They're going to be around for a long time. And the crazy part about it, they drafted most of them guys in the third and the fourth rounds, the second round. So they're going to be around for a while, man. And now they can give Snead his money. He's a free agent. I don't envision the Chiefs letting him walk. You got to get him. He one of the top 5 cornerbacks in football's hand. Damn, he is a monster. I hope we could get him, but I know it'll be a long shot. He's going to command big money, but he gonna get that money with the Chiefs. So, man, the Chiefs gonna be around for a long time. It's hard. Like playing against Pat Mahomes is like playing a game of chess. If you ever seen the movie Fresh, starring what's my man name? Sean Nelson. One of the greatest movies ever made, man. Playing chess, he was smart. His pop was a chess master. That's like playing Samuel L. Jackson in chess and Fresh. He was the guy. Pat Mahomes is him when it come to that, man. And the outthink and outbeat this guy, the nervousness is bad. I feel like Purdy let a few plays. He didn't make the plays he normally made, and it was due to him. But he also didn't have Debo out there making plays. George Kittle was hurt. They could have kept running the ball, but they wanted to pass the ball. Brandon Ayuk had a couple of catches. The guy that was really getting busy was Jawan Jennings. He was getting busy yesterday, and he would have won Super Bowl MVP. He the first player since Nick Foles to throw and catch a touchdown. You know what I mean? San Francisco ran their version of the Philly shell, but it did not work. Y'all went home ringless.
Right. So we're going to move into question number 2, like you just did. Why did the 49ers lose? I'm going to jump off by just saying they abandoned the run.
Come on, man. Christian McCaffrey going crazy, hitting them holes. You got big Trent Williams over there on the left side, opening everything up with the guard. Come on, you keep the ball rolling, but you want to pass, and I get it. Listen, sometimes you got to just switch up your playbook, man. If the hot hand is rolling, you don't leave it. Christian had the hot hand.
1,000% he had the hot hand. And I'm saying to myself, because the Niners had the lead for daggone near the whole game, right? I mean, and I'm saying to myself, okay, number one, if I'm on the Niners defense and all of a sudden I look up and Patrick Mahomes is in the lead, man, that's going to be like, I don't want to say a backbreaker, but like they did their thing for like what, 3.5 quarters or whatever it was. And all of a sudden they look up and now they're no longer in the lead. They're throwing the ball with these kind of, Shanahan screen pass, misdirection pass plays when they got McCaffrey back there getting near 6 yards of carry.
That he definitely was running that rock hard, 6 yards of carry at least. He was getting that, man, but they abandoned it. And they wanted to pass the ball. You got Purdy out there. He throwing up lollipops and shit. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's the big stage. Ain't no time for that.
No, there's definitely a number of Purdy throws. It's a great pull. The dude throws a nice high school looking pass, but the ball takes a little while to get there.
Yes, it do. I mean, he throws a nice football. He throws it when he on his A game. I'm just telling you, man, that Super Bowl pressure. Come on, man. Just imagine you on that sideline. You got that helmet on and you watching Pat Mahomes march down the field and you gotta top that. That's pressure, brother.
No
That's
doubt.
pressure right there.
No
And
doubt.
people fold under that pressure. Sometimes the referees got a say in that. But yesterday, that was on Purdy yesterday, man. And that was on Kyle Shanahan with that bullshit play calling you was calling. And then one more key factor that me and you talked about. When you get the ball in overtime and you're facing Pat Mahomes, you don't settle for three. It's third, it's 4th and 4. My season is on the line. Fuck them 3 points. We're going to live and die with this play. If we don't get it, hopefully the defense get it back. 9 times out of 10, they weren't. But I would have lived and died with going for it on 4th and 4 and overtime, whether versus kicking a field goal. I need 7. I need 7 points when I'm going up against Pat Mahomes. This is the Super Bowl. This is overtime. We don't play it safe.
Yeah, and yeah, no, without question, the right move there to just basically inspire everybody in the locker room is like, look, right, we're going for the W right now. We're not going for just putting a little bit of points on the board in overtime, and especially in a game where going into it, Hufanga, man, the guy probably proved just how valuable he really is to the Niners, with his absence, in the middle of that defense playing center field for them.
Type of guy is safety for them, man. He's a beast.
He's a beast. He comes downhill, fills the lane, plays the pass. Kittle, quiet game. Your boy Debo, quiet game, right? And like you said, Greenlaw, man, my heart goes out to him because never want to see a guy get injured like that. And I know that you've had some feelings about what happened with Greenlaw and Big Dom earlier this year, right? But
I don't mean to laugh at nobody pain. Oh man, I don't mean to laugh at nobody pain, but y'all gotta understand. I don't like Drake Kinlaw. He's another guy on the Niners I don't like because he be so hype, extra and shit, and that's how he got injured, being all hype and extra, jumping, bouncing all up and down, and then your dumbass tear your Achilles like that. I know on that cart ride he was salty. I know he was salty. Oh, he was salty. And that's why the Chiefs was going on the opposite side of Fred Warner. They would hit, they would hit Watson and they would hit Kelsey if he was on the side or whatever. Listen, man, the chess match was won by Pat Mahomes. That's what I'm saying.
I love the fresh call because you're right. They got outplayed in the most critical parts of the match.
Come on, man. Come on. Blame yourself. Blame yourself. Debo didn't show up to the party. He showed up, but he ain't clocking.
Nah, I mean, let's be honest. Debo's biggest highlight or low light was that hamstring injury, basically.
Yes. Absolutely. But I'm not making no excuses. You know what I mean? It's the Super Bowl. Go hard, go home. This is it. This is how your legacy is built. And y'all lost to him before. Y'all lost to him about, 3 years ago? Y'all lost to him. So you supposed to get your redemption. Y'all lost 2. So y'all basically the Buffalo Bills. Y'all know when to get there, and then y'all know how to fold. You do what Jim Kelly did. That's all. That's what that equates to, man. The San Francisco 49ers are the new Buffalo Bills, man. They can't get the job done. They can't. 28 years, I think it is. What? Oh, no, excuse me. This will be 30 years because they won the 94-95 season over the Chargers. We approaching 30 years. Now, y'all don't do what the Cowboys fan base do. That's why I respect y'all. But y'all seem to choke each and every time y'all got an opportunity to hoist that Lombardi, man.
And all these points are very well taken, Andre. And the thing that has stood out to me on the Niners side of things today is all of these player quotes on social media talking about this overtime. Our coaches didn't tell us da, 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 da. And I'm kind of saying, well, number one, it's weird that these players just don't know, right?
And the loser always upset. Look at what Pete Carroll did by letting that jabroni Russell Wilson throw on the 1 yard line. They couldn't wait to throw Carroll and Russell Wilson under the bus
No
after
doubt.
you hand the championship over to Tom Brady. They handed it to him. Eagles versus Patriots in '04. What Donovan do? He throws up in the middle of a football game. T.O. came back with a torn Achilles. He had over a buck, 100 yards or 120 yards. He
120,
might
yeah.
have 140 that game. He went crazy. But what happened? John Wellborn, Freddie Mitchell, they all threw Donovan under the bus after the game was over. That happens, man.
Yeah.
Somebody got to get blamed.
Yeah. No, and Shanahan was at the helm for that 28-3 meltdown against the Patriots and Tom Brady. The only other game that went to overtime, Shanahan and Shanahan. So,
Oh, Lord.
right? Okay, so given that the NFL season has concluded, we don't have a prediction phase in the same way for this program. So we're going to talk about the NFL draft and the upcoming chess matches, to your point, about what we're looking at right here with the number one pick, Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields. How you like this shaking out?
I think the Bears going to trade Justin Fields. Like me and you spoke about, Atlanta is the destination, the primary destination from what they're saying out there in the rumor mill. And if that do happen, you'll see the Bears possibly picking 3 first-round draft picks. They're going to recoup a nice haul for Justin Fields. And then Caleb Williams will be the new quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Then you could go get you the tackle from Notre Dame, Alt, or you could go get my guy from Penn State, Fashanu. You could get there's ways of making your team elite, and that's through the draft. That's how you make your team great. And they got a lot of early draft picks this year, and next year you got to make all hits. You got to hit on all your picks. Can't have no misses, but I like what the Bears is doing as far as bringing in like draft picks and being able to build their team from the draft, because that's how you build your team. It's through the draft.
No, it's true. It's true. And you know, they made a lot of wise decisions near the end of the season. A lot of people weren't as hype on Montez Sweat moving over to Chicago, but that guy can play. That guy is a rare athlete. DJ Moore, obviously, you know, he doesn't need any introduction. Everybody knows what kind of a playmaker.
Owner, he definitely was getting busy for the Bears. Got to give him that.
1,000%. So hopefully Caleb or Justin Fields, if he's still there. But I do think that Justin Fields going to Atlanta makes a lot of sense with all the young playmakers that they have down there. And
Thanks.
so as we were saying, also, you know, you got the Eagles with a number of intriguing, you know, personnel decisions to make. Hassan Reddick, who is their premier speed rusher on the outside edge, you know, they're letting him pursue a trade. Nolan Smith, you know, obviously that guy's got speed to burn. Can he fill Hassan Reddick's shoes?
I like Hassan because he's durable. For him to be his size, you know, he don't really get injured too often, and if he do, he play. That's what I love about him. That was the knock on Nolan Smith coming out of Georgia. He would get banged up. He had an okay year this year, his first year in. I like what I saw. He definitely hit that edge with quickness. He got a hell of a burst off that edge, man. I could see him being a Von Miller, Hassan Reddick type of player. So if the Eagles feel like Hassan Reddick is on the wrong side of 30, he's approaching 30. I believe he's 29, going on 30 by the time the season start, and he's looking for a new contract. And the Eagles got a bunch of holes they got filled. They'll have just over $20 million in salary cap this year. They want to add to that. There'll be some key free agents out there. Kevin White, what's his name? From Devin White. Devin White. We got Patrick Queen, free agents. The other Tampa Bay linebacker, what's his name?
Davis.
There you go. We got 3 top-tier linebackers that'll be available. David is the older out the bunch, but I like him. I wouldn't be mad at him. It wouldn't cost you a lot of money, but the cream of the crop is Patrick Queen. He is an animal. He is a monster. He is exactly what the Eagles been missing, a quarterback on defense. That guy's an amazing player. And it's unfortunate that him and what was the other guy named Roquan Smith. You know, they were supposed to get that chip this year because you know free agency has a way of tearing players apart of their team. Man, this was their shot. But as far as Patrick Queen, I love what he brings to the table. You could put him in the box, inside the box. He could play the tight end. He's a beast, man. I need that on my defense to help fortify the Eagles defense, and we need to add another corner. I mean, I know I see the mock draft saying we might draft Kool-Aid from Alabama. I like Kool-Aid. I grew up on Kool-Aid. So listen, if we could bring him here to Philadelphia with the length and we developing Khalid Ringo, and I like what I saw from Khalid Ringo late in the season, man. I liked it a lot. So we're developing cornerbacks over here, and I like the fact that we got a good defensive coordinator in Vic Fangio. So all we need to do is just plug in some players. I mean, we need a safety, we need another corner, and we need one of the three top tier linebackers. I promise you, Howie Roseman is going to add a new wrinkle to the system. They don't draft linebackers high with high picks, and they don't sign linebackers that ask for a lot of money. I think this is the year the Eagles will finally change their tune and get one of those three linebackers, man.
Yeah, and you know, with respect to both Devin White and Patrick Queen, but especially Patrick Queen, he plays with that kind of Ray Lewis kind of swagger in the middle of the field, and that is what was missing from the back half of that Eagles D. Hey, that Eagles D line, plenty of swagger, plenty of edge, but you get beyond that, and it just didn't seem like they had the right kind of galvanizing force in the middle.
You put a guy like that in the middle, he's going to unlock everybody's talent, man. I'm talking about Jalen Carter getting double-digit sacks. Nolan Smith, if he do take Hassan Reddick's spot, he might be, if he can stay healthy, double-digit sack. You know what I mean? Josh Sweat, double-digit sacks. Like, you need a guy out there where guys are not going to be reluctant to throw over the middle because that's what was killing the Eagles. They were throwing across the middle. The middle was soft. Dallas and Philadelphia had the softest middle from the linebacker position all the way to the back end of where the safety's at. You know what I mean? They were soft, man. So hopefully, with the addition of Vic Fangio, he can institute a defense that help, you know, utilize the guy's talents. I want to see Jordan Davis really take his game to another level. I want to see Jalen Carter take his game to another level. I hope we bring BG back. I hope we bring Fletch back. I hope we bring Kelsey back. We had an okay year. They also talking they want Jalen Hurts to be a more vocal leader in all this bullshit. I think that's some BS that the media trying to conjure up. But other than that, if Howie Roseman plays cards right, you draft well, and you get one of them linebackers, you will be at the top of the food chain again.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, they weren't 10-1 for no reason at all.
Absolutely. And we need a slot receiver. Get you a slot receiver that can also open the field up. Like, I like what Detroit got as their receiving core. You know what I mean? The Khalif Raymonds, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, the Jameson Williams. They just need to add one more, just a good slot receiver. Somebody you could draft right out of college, but we need another slot receiver too on the offensive side of football. And we got to decide what we're going to do about DeAndre Swift. Do we bring him back? Do we sign him out of free agency? I think we do. I think we should re-sign him, bring him back on a 3-year deal, give him some, you know, a nice signing bonus to keep him happy. He about 26, 25, 26 years old. And then draft you another running back. Draft you another one. Draft you one in the 4th round if you have to. Running backs, you can find them a dime a dozen, baby. You can find them in the 4th, 5th, 6th. Hell, Isaiah Pacheco was a 6th round draft pick. So you can find you a gem in those late rounds. But we need to address that linebacking and that safety position on the defensive side of the football.
Hey, I'm a huge DeAndre Swift fan. The guy ran with great purpose this past season. He makes people miss, can catch a rock out of the backfield. Obviously, he's one of Philadelphia's finest. So, I mean, I think it makes all the sense in the world to keep him in Philly. Staying on that Philadelphia tip, we're going to move over to the Sixers. A couple intriguing player development moves. I know that you were not a fan of seeing Pat Bev go, but Kyle Lowry, one of Villanova's legends, coming into the mix, and we got Buddy Hield. So, I mean, given that there's going to be a small absence or window where Embiid is healing up again, how do you feel about the Sixers kind of reloading a little bit?
Number one, Pat Bev. I love Pat Bev, man, because he one of the few guys. He an authentic guy, man. He ain't gonna fake it like a. He got jabronis like Ben Simmons and Harden, these prima donnas. Pat just show up for work, man. He just try to get the most out of his teammates. He's a leader. I mean, the city fell in love with Pat, man. I hate that he had to go. That sucked. Now, as far as Kyle Lowry, I watched Kyle Lowry's whole basketball career. When he took Northeast High to the Public League Championship here in Philadelphia, to transfer in the Cardinal Doherty with the Shane Clarks, the Deshaun Whites, the Bilal Benz. I'll give that footage up on my next post too about Kyle Lowry. Like, he's a legend, a Philly legend, of Villanova years with Randy Foye, Allen Ray. He is a Philly hoops legend. And listen, I'm happy that he finally came home. He probably might be his last year. Who knows? Who knows what's next? But he had to finish his career in Philly at least. And I think this was a good move. He'll provide scoring, leadership off the bench, and some defense. It's Kyle Lowry. He's a tenacious basketball player. He's not Kyle Lowry of 3 to 5 years ago, but he still can give you something. He's still got a little something left in the tank. So that'll help fortify the bench. And I like the Buddy Hield trade. I hate that we gave up Marcus Morris for him, but I really like that Buddy Hield. He gonna open the floor up for Maxey and Tobias. We needed a 3-point shooter on his team, and they've been long rumored to get Buddy Hield. His name been attached to the Sixers for a minute now. So I'm happy, we got Buddy Hield, but it hurt to see Pat Bev go, man. That's a guy you could see Pat Bev and he would just walk up and say what's up to you and rap with you for a little bit, man. Like he a genuine dude, man. So I hate to see him go, but hey, man, at least he know it's love here. So that's all.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. He definitely strikes me as, just like you said, that kind of personality, which, either out in the community or in the locker room, that's what you want. That's exactly how it should be.
That's what it's all about, man.
No doubt. And at the same time, I gotta say, it seems like Buddy Hield, all he does is hit 3-point shots and get his name into trade rumors. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking that once Embiid comes back, Hield could be basically what they used to have with Seth Curry in terms of
AJ Redick too, when he was here. You know what I mean? He's a little more he could get to the basket a little better than JJ Redick, but as far as shooting, he's just as good, and he's a damn good shooter. He has a high 38%, 40% 3-point shooter for his career. That's what we needed. We didn't have that. We didn't have a guy to stretch the floor. Maxey could knock down the three, but if would you say he's a 3-point shooter? I'm gonna say he is, but that's it. After that, Tobias can knock down the three. Kelly Oubre can knock down the three, but we needed another guy to stretch the floor. So I like Buddy Hield, and he will open the floor up. That's what we needed here in Philly.
No, it makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, like I said, now that the NFL season is in the rearview mirror, we're going to be turning the page, looking at NFL draft, looking at the NBA. Andre, as always, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for the education. We'll do it again next week.
All right, we'll do it again next week, bro.
All right, man. You have a great one.
You too.